Though these reactions are of 5 types, the main item in these 5 is what we call measure. Okay, we are making application of the measure, how to use the measure. So now the next thing Patanjali gives is an understanding of our relationship with the measure and how many types of measures are there. If we go to a market, there are measures, some measures for cereals, some measures for milk, and some weights for some things like that. So there are 3 or 4 types of measures in the market. Here also there are some types of measures. What about measure? Generally we call these measures, use them like symbols. What we call symbol is nothing but a measure. Naturally there are some symbols, those things we call measures. But when we create our own symbols, we can't call them measures, we have to call them symbols only. Now, there are 3 types of measures which we are using in the world. The measures are of 3 types. The first is direct measure. That is direct application of the given measure. That is, these measures will be in the form of what we call shape, color, etc. It is first we do direct application. That is, if light reflects upon the object and comes to the eye, we call it red and we call it round, because the eye is in direct exposure of the object, the shape. So the shape is a measure here and it is direct, that there is some incense burning. That is a direct application when it is coming to the exposure of the nose. So the 5 senses, when they are, one of the senses are directly exposed to the object. See, there are 5 senses. Any one of the sense may be directly exposed to the object. And when the mind makes it a measure and understands the existence of the thing, it is called direct measure. Seeing and knowing that there is a light here, while coming here, seeing that there is a table here, I walk like this. Because it is having a direct measure on my eye, instead of walking like this, I walk like this, because I know the table by the direct measure. But suppose it is darkness, I hit at it and then I know there is a table and walk. Here the direct measure is touching. When there is light, the direct measure is light, shape. So the eye is the direct measure, here the touch is the direct measure. Like that, any one of the 5 senses we are making use. I see you as through a direct measuring. I hear you through the direct measuring. If I taste and say the apple is good, it is a direct measure. So we make use of any one of the 5 senses, and with that the mind directly knows the existence of the thing. It is called direct measure, first one. The second is called deduction measure. It is also called inference measure. Inference. That is, we use the direct measure, but we supplement much more information than the direct measure gives. Suppose I come to the door and see that it is locked. What I know through the senses is that the door is locked. But suppose this is not present in me. Oh, you know what I do? I take a hammer and begin to try to open the door to meet radar. But if we have this, we have the understanding that the door is locked with the first measure, and then with the second one we infer that Rodolph is not at home but he is somewhere else. But our seeing the lock does not give us the information that there is nobody in the house. You see, suppose I come inside and find the hand stick of a person there at the door. Immediately I understand that Mr. So-and-so has come, he is there inside. What I have seen is only a hand stick. But what I know is that the person is here, you are here. So, the first is direct measure. It is not enough for us to serve the purpose. The second is deduction measure. We use both. And then we do our daily things. In the market, everywhere we go, we do daily things. Suppose if a person makes a pack of some legumes or apples and he says, here are the legumes purchased. We just take them if we have only this measure. Because he says, here are legumes packed. We see the pack, we take it. But if we know this, we will understand that there is something wrong because he has packed inside and he has not shown you. So we question, where are the legumes? He says, in this. Then we use this and ask him, open it, show it to me. So everywhere we go, we use this. We go to the railway station and see the ticket clerk there, and we ask for a ticket to Liège. He gives us a ticket. According to the first measure, suppose there is no second measure. What we do? We go there, we ask him a ticket, he will give us a ticket, we take it and come home. We do not take the train. This makes us understand that the ticket is to get into the train. And then we see the panel in the train. Suppose it is written Brussels. If we do not have this, we think that the train is Brussels. But because we have this, we understand that when we sit in this train, this takes us to Brussels. We have to get down there on the platform, then only there is Brussels. So we make a trained use of these two faculties, measures, and then we do all things.